Hi, I'm James Morrison, and we have an incredible program here at Sing Jazz, so I'm looking forward to seeing you at the festival.
Too early to be doing this. All right. Hit it. 3, 4.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It is a great, great joy to be here to play for you tonight on this inaugural Sing Jazz Festival. Just fantastic to see this happening. And to be playing with this wonderful big band. I'm going to talk about them more as we go through our set tonight, but this is truly an international band that you are hearing. We have people here from the Singapore, we have the Symphony Orchestra, we've got people from Incognito, the UK Jazz Masters, other local musicians all coming together to form this band tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. That first song was called... What's that called? No, obvious, thank you. It's called The Opener. Now we'd like to play the closer. No, that is called The Opener. This next piece is a beautiful song that is synonymous with an instrument. You know, you can play some songs on any instrument, like, I don't know, for instance, Misty. Errol Garner's Misty. You can play that on any instrument you like, and it's beautiful. But some songs suit some instruments. I mean, there'd be songs that are really piano songs, wouldn't there, Gareth? Is there a song that's really a piano song?
Chopsticks.
Chopsticks, thank you very much, yeah. No, he's jet-lagged. And I'm sure there are guitar songs, you know, songs that really, like Stairway to Heaven or something. That's a guitar song. not to be played at a jazz festival again. But you know, you could play that on the trombone, it just wouldn't be the same. Really wouldn't be the same. And probably one of the most famous songs to suit an instrument would be that very famous bass solo. If you'd play me a very short, low E. A short one, mate. It's, yeah, sorry. That's long, short's the other one, yeah. And then an F. And then an E. And then an F. And keep going backwards and forwards with the E and the F and get faster. You will work on that later. That's supposed to be the theme to Jaws. Anyway, no, it gets better. This show gets better. However, I would like to play for you a song that is synonymous with the trombone. This song was made famous by the great Tommy Dorsey, and it became such a trombone number that really, if you play the trombone, you have to do this song, or you're not really a jazz trombonist, so I don't want to fall into that category. So here is our version of I'm Getting Sentimental Over You. Now, I've got my iPad in front of me, as you can see. I'm not checking eBay. Oh, it's nearly over. And it's not that I have a bad memory for tunes, although already I've forgotten one song. But there's a reason for that, and I can tell you what it is. It's a technical reason. You might find this interesting if you're not a brass player. If you are, you already know what I'm going to say. But when you take a breath in, everyone does that, I hope. Anyone here who's not doing that? Going to be a short concert, isn't it? You take a breath in. What happens when you play the brass instruments, particularly the way I do, all of the oxygen you've just taken in goes back through the instrument to make that sound, and there's none left for your brain. That's my excuse. What's yours? So I write down what's happening next on here. If only this was tonight's concert. We're going to do oh, this is a great song now, and I'm going to play a different instrument again. I've got this one. This is my tenor saxophone. Those of you that didn't laugh, that's a tenor saxophone. Can you hold it up? Yeah. That's a tenor saxophone. You see, this is smaller. That's why it's funny. I was going to say this is my tenor saxophone, but unfortunately, when I recently washed it, the water was too hot. Do you know, I said that as a joke on a performance recently, and a woman came up to me after the performance with a little girl with her, with a case, a very big case. It had a tenor sax in it, obviously. She said, "I'm so glad you said that. Now we know when we wash Cynthia's saxophone to make sure the water is cold." I didn't know whether to be more amazed at the fact that she thought the temperature of the water could turn that into this, or just to be amazed at the fact that she thought you actually wash saxophones. I mean, you know, we've got to wash the saxophone, then we're hosing off the piano after that. See, just so we're clear, it is a joke. Don't wash your saxophone, all right? It'll end up like this. Anyway, this is a beautiful song, as I said, one of my favourite ballads. It's called Here's That Rainy Day. Well, it's the last time I'm looking at the iPad. That's not the next one. Now, we could do it, but thank you. I hope you enjoyed Rainy Day. As you would probably be aware, it hasn't rained a lot lately in Singapore, so we can't play that one. We will, but it's not the next one. I'd like to do them in order because I put a lot of time into working out this order. We're going to do a song that's really up-tempo and nothing like Rainy Day at all. This is a piece called Zog's Jog. I recently... this is saving time, by the way, because I don't have to introduce Rainy Day when we get to it. We just play it. I recently, not that recently, recorded an album called Snappy 2, and the unusual thing about this album is there are only two people on it, but it's a big band. And a big band is the instrumentation you see in front of you here. It's myself and a drummer. And I played all of the parts in the band other than the drums. I figured I'd just stick to music. And let's go. Mate, we talked about that. That's where you're supposed to go boom, boom on the bass drum. Thank you. Oh, he's got a wonderful sound, Steve, just not so good with the timing. Anyway, this is a track from that album that I did a YouTube clip of, because someone made the joke to me when I'd done the album, said, "Oh, great, you know, fantastic to do an album all on your own, what a lot of fun. Of course, you won't be doing the video clip, will you?" So I did. And you can see it on YouTube. There's a YouTube clip of me sitting in every chair. It's quite scary. Please don't show it to children. Anyway, this is an up-tempo number called Zog's Jog. Fasten your seatbelts. All right. Mr. Gareth Williams on the piano there. Woo-hoo. And the band. Gareth is one of the UK jazz masters that are over here for the, and they truly are, over here for the festival. It's great to have everyone here at once. And now we're going to do that other song, Rainy Day. Well, I've been talking about all these wonderful musicians we have from all around the world, including, of course, Singapore, in this band. One of them is a trombonist who's here with Incognito, but I'm really looking forward to hearing this weekend too. I hope you are. I would like to ask him out the front, because this is a chance. You know, you don't often get to invite a trombone soloist, I don't anyway, to come out the front with me. I usually cover that myself, but when there's someone... That wasn't even meant to be funny, so keep that in. But when there's somebody like this gentleman in the band, I'm very happy to stand to the side. Would you please welcome Alistair White? You might be wondering about the music and why we have music out the front here, because it's jazz, and you know, you all know we're just making it up. It's because I've watched some of the symphony players, like we have the rest of the trombone section. Will you guys quickly stand? They're all from the symphony orchestra here. Isn't that fantastic? When you see classical soloists come out to play with an orchestra, they play with no music, right? They always memorize the concerto, which is very impressive, don't you think? I always go, wow. So I thought, how can a jazz musician impress the audience? Because if we come out and play without music, yeah, but he's making it up. So we've got this out here to show that we can read. Working. All right. Yep. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Alistair White. You can hear him again this weekend with Incognito. Woo-hoo! That's just too much fun. You know, everywhere I go in the world where there's a jazz society, and there certainly is here in Singapore, there's usually someone that is the, I don't know what you call them, like the godfather of the jazz scene there. Someone, not because of what they control or anything like that, but because of who they've inspired. And you can start bringing that out, guys, while I'm talking here. Who they've inspired. And there's usually someone advanced in years who's been around a long time and who most of the people on the jazz scene have been touched by, have been helped by, have been influenced by. And that's, Singapore is no exception. And we have a gentleman who's going to join us on stage now, obviously to play the drums, who is that person in Singapore. And I think it's just wonderful that on this inaugural festival, the Singapore International Jazz Festival has chosen to honour this gentleman. I'm not supposed to mention his age or anything, but he's not that old. He's in his 70s. And all I can say is stand well back when he plays. This is going to be fun. Would you please welcome to the stage Luis Soliano. Come on, Luis. There he is. You just strap in, I'll get the band ready, all right? Yeah? All right. 1, 2. It's coming from the same distance that you did when I announced you. Let's just take a while. Yep. Yep. Coming. Because this, I know, I've got you standing out here after that incredible drum solo. If you can just stand a bit longer, because when I said the festival wants to honour you, not just by having you play, but actually we have something else in store. You have to recite this poem. I'm just kidding.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to invite Mr. Michael Tay, co-founder of Sing Jazz, on stage, please.
What can I say? I want to be like him when I grow up. No, amazing guy. You know, tonight, Sing Jazz is so happy to honor a local homegrown jazz legend, Luis Soriano. He may be not very tall in stature, but to me, and to I think all the musicians in this room and to the people who know him, this man is the tallest man in Singapore tonight. Really. I won't say too many things about him because you just heard him play. He is brilliant, he is precise, he is fast, and he is off the charts when he holds these two little sticks in his hands. It's amazing.
Thank you.
You know, he was born to a family of musicians, but he made his own way, he cut his own path. He has performed with amazing, great jazz names from America, from the UK, from Europe. He has performed in many jazz festivals. He has mentored many of the jazz musicians in this room. He is an artist that is almost like an institution, maybe even a monument in Singapore. It's supposed to be positive, okay? In the Singapore music scene. You know, if you ask me a question about why Sing Jazz has come about, my answer would be just two words: Luis Soriano. Because he pioneered the growth of jazz in Singapore in the early days of Singapore when very few people understood jazz. And he created music, he created a situation where we could have people like Jeremy Montero sitting here. We could have Eddie Chan, who started jazz at Southbridge and plays the vibraphone. So, I mean, we owe a lot to this man. And I think that is the reason why we are here tonight, together to honor, to celebrate his contributions to Singapore and to the region. And that is why we will present him the Sing Jazz Lifetime Achievement Award. And I would like to invite Minister Lawrence Wong to come up stage to present the award to Louis.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Good job. Okay. That was lovely. Thank you. This is a small way to honor you.
Thank you.
Should give it the drums.
Thank
you. Thank you so much. Wonderful play. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. You asked Luis, you want to say something?
Yeah.
You say something.
You want? May I say a little of something, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice to feel important, folks, and I think it's more important to feel grateful, too. I'd like to start thanking David Smith, Singapore International, and the Foundation for honoring me this award. This moment, the moment this spot where I stand was not my destination as when I was a young lad. I did not engineer the journey, and to tell you the truth, I didn't imagine this could happen tonight. Thank you, all of you. But now, as I'm older, I can see the other forces were at work and lead me on my musical path, and I see the influence of my late father, Paul Soriano, my Jerry Soriano, and my godfather, Alfonso. And I can see the laughter and tears of my children, my family, their love and humanity sitting over there, yeah? They have been pillars of my life in the music. You can also be familiar with the words of Sir Isaac Newton, acknowledge that he was able to see further because he stood on the shoulders of giants. Therefore, I must acknowledge the countless shoulders that I stood on to see where I was going. The jazz legends and teachers who were part of my youth and growth. People like Jimmy Witherspoon, Buddy Rich, Stan Getz, Sasha Distel, Sarah Vaughan, Anita O'Day, Dakota Staton, Matt Monroe, Rosemary Clooney, and James Morrison. I also hope you can see the friendship given to me by Don Gomez, Iskandar Ismail, and Jeremy Montero, Tony Macaroni, and a multitude of others who too have been part of my life. I'm also grateful to the one above for my health. He's allowed me to continue and sing and play for my audience, even though I wish I still have the energy I had 20 years ago. Yes, I have this long musical journey, but I get up every morning feeling like there's so much more that I have to learn. The process of learning is always the best. Finally, for those who made a difference in my musical life that I've forgotten to acknowledge, please forgive me. Well, I've just painted my hair black a bit. It's not, my little gray cells are not what they used to be. I sincerely thank you all. This is the proudest day of my life, and I want to say thank you so much. Thank you. And to the band, wonderful band of Mr. James Morrison.
Thanks, Lewis. Thanks, mate. Thank you. Do the call, we'll do the shot. Thank you, that's wonderful. That's a very important part of something like the Singapore Jazz Festival, which, although it's in its first year, we know is going to have a very, very long and illustrious history one day, and it will be remembered that on this very first one, they honoured Lewis. That's important. We have one short song to do to finish before we move on. This is a song simply, it's quite appropriate given what just happened. It's a song I wrote, and it's about the fact that to be a jazz musician, it's not something you choose to do. You don't sort of go to high school and then look at the options for jobs and say, I think I'll do jazz musician. You know, it's something you are. It's a call that you get. And this piece is simply entitled The Call. Alan Brown there on the alto saxophone. And the band. All up, everyone up. Everyone up. There you go.
Stand by for the announcement. Just stand back.